To a bright, lively
Hey
start
everyone, and welcome back to the BVTV channel, because we are back in a very early morning episode due to a hurricane that's going to be coming down in Florida. I'm kind of forced to stream pretty early, so I'm not sure how bad the damage is going to be these next 2 or 3 days. So I'm trying to at least prevent the majority of what I'm doing. But, you know, I'm just not trying to have any no content for like a few days. So if I can try to put out as much content as I can, that's what I'm going to do. So this is day number 2 of our dual stream. Today we're going to be finishing up the quarterfinals of the FIFA World Cup, and that means the next Monday we'll actually be done with the Men's World Cup. We'll be doing the semifinals, sudden death game, and the finals to crown our FIFA World Cup champions for this year. Woohoo! And next Tuesday we will be starting the... What is up, Braylon man? Welcome. How are you? Good morning.
Well, mesmeric genius, that's what he is.
But yes, I am really excited to start the Women's World Cup on Tuesday next week. Today we also will be finishing up our MLB The Show 21 series with the Reject Baseball League. We'll be crowning the Reject Baseball League World Series champion, and that'll be kind of tipping that off, and our spring series of MLB The Show will be over. Now we're here. As we all know that the World Cup has always been our summer series, I'm really super excited to see just how the level of competition that we've had, and arguably the greatest Men's World Cup we've had in the 3 years that we've done this. But the teams that are currently here, the 12 teams that are here, I'm doing alright. Just got my power back because there was a power outage in the city. How about you? I am trying to save my power. I feel you on that one. But a huge goal for Denmark. It is 1-0. I've gone the 13th minute of the game. And for a team that does not score many goals, to score against Argentina early is crucial. Denmark is going to push Argentina defensively, and it'll be interesting to see how this team responds to Denmark's huge goal in the opening goal of the first 15 minutes of the game. Absolutely huge, 1-0 Denmark. But no, I'm doing pretty good. Like I said, I got the hurricane coming my way, like literally the next 3 days. And it's going straight up the middle, and I happen to live literally right in the middle of Florida. So I'm trying to make sure I get my streams out super early this week, because I'm not sure if where I live right next to a wildlife area, so there's not much. The power here isn't that strong, and we've had a power outage twice already this week, and it's only Tuesday. So I'm trying to prevent, you know, me not being able to make content for almost a week or two. I'm trying to get you guys your content early, like super early, which of course is going to hurt the views, but at this point I'd rather at least have you guys have something for my channel than nothing. So I could have easily been like not taking the week off, hurricane week, and I was like, no, we're not doing that. I'm going to make sure these guys get their stuff. Well, waking up at 7 in the morning is kind of new to me. Well, I mean, it's like 8:20 now, right? Yeah, it's 8:30. Never mind. You guys get the point. I mean, the 12 teams that advanced. By the way, if you weren't here for yesterday's episode, the 12 teams that did advance happens to be, and this is in no particular order: Austria, Belgium, Netherlands, Denmark, the United States, England, the home hosting country for this year's tournament, Spain, Portugal, Mexico, Argentina, Uruguay, and Wales. All of those 12 teams were randomly seeded. Not seeded, but randomly drawn into a to see who's going to face who. Argentina and Denmark drew each other. The United States and the home hosting country England drew each other. Wales will take on Belgium. Austria versus the 2017 World Cup champions, the Netherlands, and the 2018 defending World Cup champions, Spain, will take on Portugal. Meanwhile, Mexico will take on Uruguay, and that'll actually cap off the quarterfinals for us. And then on Monday, we'll be starting the semifinals. We'll have the 3 games there. The sudden death between the 2 teams who won, who had the least goal differential, and then the finals that same day. funny. This is 72 games.
Messi.
I think I got Denmark
Keeping
over
the ball
Argentina this
moving.
one. You know what's funny? Denmark right now
Martinez.
is kind of like the underdogs, and I feel like they've been the
Rodrigo
underdogs
Javier
for
de
the
Paul.
majority of this
Messi.
tournament. Like, I personally
De
thought
Paul.
Greece was going to beat Denmark.
Martinez.
I don't even think I saw Denmark
Martinez.
coming out of their group stage, believe it or not.
Lionel Messi.
No, Denmark was a favorite in
Now De
their
Paul.
group stage. They had Bulgaria and Paraguay and Scotland, yeah. But so
Paredes.
they were a favorite in the group
Well,
stage
still
because of
searching
who
for
they
the
were
equaliser, but
grouped
not
with.
passing it anxiously.
But in terms of beating Greece, I didn't really see that one coming. And this is a huge test. Can you imagine if Denmark knocks
Javier.
off the powerhouse that is Argentina, captained by Lionel Messi with the plethora of talent they have? We all know Denmark has got a fantastic
right
defensive
place to
blockade.
intercept.
We all know that. Their formation defensively is one of the toughest in
Lo
the
Celso.
world. So
Paredes.
if they can hold off Argentina
Messi.
with this 1-0
A
lead,
really single-minded
this
piece
has
of
got to be one of the
defending to make
biggest
sure nothing
upsets
untoward happened.
that we have seen in this year's World Cup. Next to Wales, I think, beating France, and then, France and Brazil not advancing
They've lost
to the
it.
knockout stage. So it's amazing. We started with
Paredes.
48 teams.
On to
We
De
went
Paul.
down to 24, and now we're
Lionel
down to
Messi.
12. And then after today, we'll be down to
The
6.
first half here comes
Then
to
on
an
Monday,
end.
we'll be down to 1, and that'll be the champion. It's just insane to me to think that just, how many teams have fallen
Teams are
already.
ready to have a go at each other again as the second half commences.
But you truly cannot predict anything. If there's one thing I've learned, you truly cannot
Delaney.
predict anything in this World Cup, because these teams have shined, and
And the
I
ball
mean,
with
Peru
Christensen.
almost not beat Belgium. Peru scored 2 goals
Christensen.
against Belgium. They forced them to get 3.
Javier.
Canada pushed Spain to
Jonas Vince.
a 120-minute game. So did Northern Ireland against
Played the
Portugal.
pass well.
So
Poulsen.
the level
See
of
players
competition
waiting in
is
the
here, and
middle.
I'm really excited to see that from all the countries that have
Daniel
competed,
Vaz.
and they have earned my ultimate respect for
Javier.
that.
Ericsson. Crucial intervention just
And I
then
can't wait
amid
for next
impending
year, because I'm
danger.
kind of like, I don't know where we're going to host it next year. I kind of want to host it in Saudi Arabia because they have the King Fahd and the King Abdullah
Paredes.
sports stadium, which is absolutely one of the most beautiful stadiums personally I
Martinez.
feel in the world.
On
So
to
I don't know
Dybala.
if I'm going to have Saudi Arabia host it. I'm thinking maybe Germany can host it. I'm also thinking maybe
Paredes.
Canada, because we've had Mexico host, but we haven't had Canada host. I kind of want to see that one too. So there's a lot of different
Delaney. And Javier
different
with this.
options for hosts that I'll have for next summer, but
Jonas
I'm
Vince.
trying to see how it's just wait and see how it goes. I know that the women's will also
Christian
be
Eriksen now. Plenty
hosted
of
in
forward momentum
England this
here,
year as well.
but can they produce?
Next up, folks, will be the United States taking on England, and what is going to be arguably their
Daniel
toughest
Vaz.
game that they have had
Javier.
yet
Well, a bad pass
in
it
this
was.
World Cup. I mean, you're taking on a team that literally is the only true home team.
Tagliafico.
And we've been in
Paredes.
Wembley. We've been in the Stamford
Messi.
Bridge, the Emirates Stadium. We've been.
Rodrigo Javier de
Were we in
Paul.
London?
Lo Celso.
I think we were even in the
Di
London
Maria
Arena
now.
at one point. So yeah,
Here's Lo Celso.
and the semifinals will be hosted.
Martinez. Superb defensive judgment to
I
end
haven't
the
figured
attack.
that one out yet. Because right now the quarterfinals are being hosted in Cardiff. Sorry, we haven't
Rodrigo
done
Javier de
London. We
Paul.
haven't done London.
Hang on to the
We
ball.
did the on-field. So you've got some
Well, high
historic
marks for that
stadiums
pass.
there, and then we'll wind up doing the
Poulsen.
London Arena for the semifinals and sudden
Javier.
death game.
The cross is on. Pulls it back.
So there's that, and then
Using his
I'll
strength to
figure out
shield the ball.
an arena for the finals too.
Javier. Jonas Vince. Eriksen.
See, Christian Eriksen trying to get a shot off. Oh.
Just wanted to get it out of there.
But here's the one thing I'm pretty surprised at is how Denmark has been able to control possession of the football offensively. We know this team's not in an offensive team. Gomez is going to come in for DePaul. That's substitution made by Argentina. But the one thing that Denmark does right is that they are able to draw out the clock. So it stopped a lot of the momentum that Argentina would have, is that Denmark plays with such a slow pace. It can catch teams like Argentina who play fast and play precise and play with speed and precision, and it's definitely affecting the way Argentina is playing this game. And it's interesting to see how well Denmark has been able to basically dominate this game and really take a hold and capture with an amazing game plan and strategic strategy that they've had throughout this World Cup. I said Denmark being a very low-scoring team. I mean, we look back to Greece. They beat Greece 2-0. There's Højbjerg to Eriksen. And then Denmark only scored 4 goals in 3 games. They've had 6 goals they've scored, which is honestly one of the lowest from all the teams that are still here.
With it.
So you just kind of knew
well, you've got to savor
if they won, it'd be a super low-scoring game. Like I said, they're still drawing out the clock. They've managed to make it to the 80th minute here
Eriksen,
with possession.
looks promising. Can he finish them off? Oh, right,
that was a bad mistake by Delaney, but that's still going to give Argentina one more hope, or it was correction.
Delaney. Here's Eriksen.
Yeah, I agree. Denmark's style of play is one that I could see catching Argentina off guard. I feel like, Braylon, I really feel like it has, because... But here's where the problems are. You see how they were pushing up, but Argentina hasn't been able to find their stripes. They haven't had enough possession. And I feel that that's the big thing. Argentina is a very dangerous team. After the first half, I've always felt like the first half for Argentina is they're filling out process to kind of get their footing right, and they weren't even able to do it. So right now, with the small time, they have possession and Wind scoring the huge insurance goal in the 86th minute of the game, and it's 2-0 Denmark. And one of the biggest upsets we have seen in this year's World Cup is truly taking place. Get the upset alert ready. It is 2-0 Denmark. They're in the lead, beating Argentina. You heard that right. Denmark is beating Argentina 2-0.
Well, sometimes being at the right place at the right time gets you a goal. On this
Jonas
occasion,
Wind, a huge goal.
So 2-0 now.
Yeah, Argentina's had a great campaign. It's insane to say this, but their season here is about to come to an end, as Dolberg's going to come in from and just scored Wind. That substitution made by Denmark, and Denmark literally is about to make their own history here with this win, because Denmark, for the first time ever, will be advancing to the semifinals in the World Cup tournament. We have never seen them go this far. They're making strides, man. They're making strides. Denmark is going to be a team to be reckoned with. I'm extremely just impressed by how well they've played throughout this World Cup, and they'll be advancing on to the semifinals. We're saying goodbye to Argentina.
There's no doubt about the winner in the end, and fully deserved for me.
This crowd is shocked. Congrats to Denmark, man. Well earned. The first team to advance. They knock out the powerhouse Argentina. Next up, folks, will be the United States taking on England. It's up next. Because it is in England's home, it doesn't really matter. That was clutch, absolutely clutch. That was they just put, I think, every other team on notice that, hey, look, we're here to stay, and we're gonna try to compete, and we're taking it this year. Hey, it's actually not too far from Cardiff Stadium, which is awesome.
Hello and a warm welcome to South Wales. It's always a pleasure to broadcast from the Cardiff City
Alrighty,
Stadium.
folks.
My name is Derek Ray.
Yeah, it's funny because you look at Team USA here for the men's, and the one thing that describes Team USA for me is the fact that they've always had to come back from being down 0-2, 0-3. They've never necessarily been able to start out with a lead. They've always been down and had to fight back. Like the last time when they were going against the Czech Republic, they were down 2 goals, and they had to score 3 to win the game, and they did. They did. But this is not one of the games that the United States can afford to be down. They've got to strike early. They've got to strike fast. As we've seen with the England and Germany game, 2 great teams. You had a great defensive team in Germany and then a great offensive team in England. And with the youth and the speed that England has, it's going to be very hard for the United States to keep up. I don't think they're ready for that. So defensively, USA is going to have to really fall back on being able to counterattack quickly and effectively if they are to win this game. If they cannot do that effectively, I think England is going to absolutely destroy the United States in this game and advance to the semifinals.
Jordan Pickford is the keeper. Kyle Walker plays with Kieran Trippier as fullbacks. Phil Foden plays with Raheem Sterling out wide.
And yet, it's funny because I remember in the game against Germany, Raheem Sterling wasn't really a factor until the last minute of the game, to where they finally gave him possession of the football, and he scored a huge last-second goal to beat Germany. They literally scored in the 89th minute to beat Germany. It was a very dramatic goal indeed, and it sent England, the home hosting country for this year, to the quarterfinals. And this crowd would love nothing more than to see England go back-to-back in a way. Remember, England was in the finals of our 2018 World Cup, and they lost to Spain, ironically 1-0. And it was an incredible attempt at trying to become World Cup champions. They really just fell short by making one mistake at the 30th minute of the game, and that's honestly what cost them. But this, a lot of people are saying it's in their country. They've been extremely dominant, and they've shown this aggressive side and this fearless side. They're also undefeated. They went 3-0 in the group stage, 4-0 so far in the World Cup. England is the team to beat in this World Cup this year. So the USA has their hands full with a team that is determined, a team that's got a lot of youth, a lot of speed, and just a great ability. So I could easily see England being back in the finals this year.
Calvin Phillips.
Which we haven't had that before, by the way. No team has been able to go back-to-back finals. See what Raheem the Dream Sterling has. And it's funny, you guys probably will never understand why I call Raheem the Dream Sterling. Back in, was it 60? I think it was FIFA 60 or 17. I had finally gotten my my EFL2 team. I think I was using Blackpool at that time. And I had finally gotten them this shot. Oh, what a great save that was. From whoever that defender was, stopped what I thought was going to be a certain goal. But I had put a lot of money into him because he was a free agent and his contract was coming up, so I was able to kind of underhandedly sign him and that year single-handedly we had 7 to 10 games I think where we had the last 80 minutes we needed a goal to either tie or win, and he scored the majority of those. That's why I always call him Raheem the Dream Sterling. Wow. Also, if you don't know, Scott Sterling, anyone? The man, the myth, the legend. I highly recommend looking up Scott Sterling. There's some funny YouTube videos like that right there is comedy gold.
Still on level terms, moving the ball nicely.
There's Harry Kane getting through the nose.
Was very real, marvelous defending.
What do you mean the threat was very real? Is the threat not real all the time? Like what, question mark?
Kane. Top class
very section there. See, Acosta's been sorry, I'm like allergy killing me here. Acosta's been kind of the key man in midfield for the United States. Weston McKennie's been a great goal scorer from the middle of the pitch, and Christian Pulisic has been alright, but I feel like Christian Pulisic, maybe it's just me, but he's never really lived up to potential. On a huge goal for the United States. I was just talking about Christian Pulisic, how he didn't live up to the potential, and he scores a goal right after that, shutting me up completely.
Here we see it again, and it's all about the pace of the passing. One touch, slick movement, but then there's plenty to do from there.
Big goal for the United States. They strike early. It's 1-0.
And the keeper just can't react in time. Great strike.
I can't say it's 1-0 USA against England in their own country. Wow. Let's see, how does England respond? Well, they respond by losing possession.
DeAndre Yedlin. Useful looking position, you've got to say. Acosta
to Pulisic.
And Pulisic has it. McKennie.
Weston McKennie, my dude.
Just couldn't get it
Took
through.
the shot, but I think the defender had a foot on that. I'm not quite sure. It is. It'll be a quarter for the United States. We got to update.
Firing it into the area.
Still can't believe we're saying goodbye to Argentina this early.
And a throw in forthcoming.
They're in here for USA.
Pulisic.
Not sure what the
Stones. Kane.
what the idea there was for whatever those two guys had in the corner.
And just 1 minute of time added on for stoppages. Tyrone Mings. Declan Rice.
And referee's going to call for the first half, where the United States leads 1-0.
It is half time here.
What is going to be the call for England? I mean, they've got to be shocked. They're actually down for the first time.
The teams are ready to have a go at
In
each
this
other
Cup.
again as the second half commences.
So I did something with it. I was like, where is it?
Trippier. Here's Mount.
I just keep up to date with everything through the papers that I have. So Argentina, we can cross them out.
Rice with it.
That's shocking, man, but well done.
Stones. Declan Rice.
Rice, all right, let's see.
And
Rest
here
in
is
Mings.
Mings.
I said, what
Rice
is
with
the
it.
game plan now for England? I mean, after an underwhelming first half, what was set in the
Kane.
back to kind of give them that boost? Because
And now it's Phillips.
the United States did a great job,
Patient build-up
surprisingly,
at the
really
moment.
keeping them
An inability
on
to
par
keep
and
hold
just
of the
being
ball there.
competing with them back and forth, which I think kind of shocked me. So,
And intercepting it.
oh, well, when you have great defensive awareness like that, maybe it's pretty cool. But
Declan Rice.
what is the game plan for England? Because they only scored against
Moving
Germany
the ball forward with
on
purpose.
the counterattack, which they caught Germany off guard with. So how do you kind of replicate
Mount.
that here against the United States?
Sterling. Here's Mount. And return to Sterling. Dangerous looking attack. Showing patience. Looking
So
for the
I'm liking
equaliser.
the build-up here. Yes,
Declan Rice.
it's kind of pushing them back, but there's gonna be a man open. They're gonna find him right there on that side. You do it, Rice. What are you doing? No, it's not what I meant. But
Sterling has it.
Raheem the Dream. I feel like he's the one guy you have to shut down. If you can shut down Raheem Sterling, it doesn't leave Harry Kane with
Declan
another
Rice.
good scoring option that's as reliable.
Kane.
It forces Harry Kane to try to take
Here's
those shots. Yes. I mean, there's Mason Mount, but
And that's
the
destined
young
to roll all the way through to the keeper. Easy
ooh.
meat for the goalkeeper.
That's an interesting one. What was that? I don't think I've ever seen that before. And leave it up to the United States to figure out a way to do that.
Pulisic now. Weston McKennie.
I'm trying really hard not to laugh at that. Because dude ate
Josh
that
Sargent.
dead in like the chest.
Kellen Acosta.
That's what the folks have said. Waking up at 7 in the
Acosta.
morning is like, whoa.
Pulisic. And now they have the ball back. Well, terrific skill. Tyrone Mings. Stones.
I said, you know, for England,
And now it's Phillips.
they've had possession for this long.
Foden.
Something good's got to come, you know? Like, it's got to happen soon. I mean, they literally have just
Mount.
been holding
And now
possession
it's
for
Phillips.
almost the longest of
Kane.
times.
They do pass the ball with authority. Sterling. Not too fussy
That is
in
questionable.
clearing
They
his
could have
lines.
easily called a penalty for being a little bit too aggressive.
Pulisic. And winning it back.
Here's the one thing, that's what it's about, around that 70th, 80th minute, the United States struggle to stay consistent.
There has been plenty of limbering up from substitutes. And now both sides will make personnel switches.
So the United States subbed Acosta, which is going to be
Weston
interesting.
McKennie.
Then Henderson came in for
15 minutes
someone
remaining.
from England. Crap, I couldn't see it. But the United
John
States struggles during the last 20 minutes of the game to
Sargent.
be consistently decent.
And that was a very fine
And
read.
it's put them in very bad spots. So now if England can capitalize on the mistakes that the United States are going to make in the last 20 minutes, they can tie this game up. They absolutely can.
Might be dangerous.
Because I'm telling you, the USA really struggles with that.
Can they get in behind them? Stones on the attack in the closing phase.
This is where England really
Henderson.
has to like play aggressive and try to
An
get
attack
someone
full of
open,
promise.
because they're going to make a mistake. And when they do, England has to be there to capitalize.
Well, nothing productive really.
For some reason, oh my. Just say the United States has played horrible the second half. Like, this is
Tyler
honestly disgusting.
And
Nowhere
it's
near as
McKennie.
good as their first half performance.
Sargent. Weston McKennie. And intercepted it.
So, see another. Like I said, the United States does not play well, and the closing
Okay.
minutes, they can never really close out a
Nice
game.
minutes.
They survive by like the skin of their teeth, you know.
Harry
I feel like
Kane
that's
losing out
truly
in
going to
that
be
little
another
battle.
situation here.
Inside the final 2 minutes of this contest. Doughty defending
I don't know
to win the ball
how.
back.
I don't know how he got that.
McKennie. Poor pass under no
Then I
real
also don't know how
pressure.
you pass that straight to him either.
1 minute of
So
stoppage time has
they
been
had a
added on.
last second goal before. Can they
That's the
force a
strength to hang
tie?
on to it. Declan
Passing
Rice.
backwards, the worst thing you could do. If you're not close enough, they
Well,
will
on the
call it.
attack, hunting for a late equaliser here.
And
And
ref's
that
going to
is the
call
end
it the
of
United
contest,
States.
and
Is
not
this
a
round of
happy
16?
outcome as far as the
Round of
visitors are
16.
concerned.
No, this is the
Well, when you have a
quarterfinals. This is
blueprint
the
on how you
round of
play
12.
as a team and the standards expected of you, then that's your minimum every week.
Round
They've
of
not
tw-
hit those
round of
targets
12, the
today and
quarterfinals,
paid the
good sir.
price. Not good enough.
But let's take a minute to analyze that, right? The United States just knocked out the hosting country. So home field advantage is now gone. England, who was undefeated, has now been eliminated. So not only do we no longer have Argentina in this, we also don't have England, the home hosting country for this year's World Cup, which is insane to me that the United States is going to be going to the semifinals for the second time. Wow. Hey, it's in Cardiff. Let's go.
And this is the
That's it,
scene
folks.
here at the
Belgium
Cardiff City
versus
Stadium.
Wales. Belgium will
I'm
be
Derek
in
Ray,
the
and
reddish
joining me in the
orange.
commentary position is the
and
former England defender Lee
Cardiff
Dixon. And this has all the makings
Sorry,
of a
sorry.
highly
I take
engrossing
that back.
match.
Wales is going to
and
be in
they
the red,
take on
correction,
Belgium.
and Belgium will be
Exciting,
in the
Derek.
white.
Really looking
But
forward
we
to
are
this
in the
game.
round
Come on, bring
of
it on.
12, which is the quarterfinals. You had 48 teams this year.
This is the lineup for the visitors today. Thibaut Courtois begins in goal. Toby Alderweireld plays with Jan Vertonghen at the back. Yuri
But this is
Tielemans
also going to be
plays
interesting to
with
see
Kevin De
how
Bruyne in
Belgium
the
does. I
centre of
mean, knowing
midfield.
that
And
two
Dries Mertens
powerhouses
starts alongside
have been
Romelu
eliminated
Lukaku.
in massive upsets, I thought Denmark beating Argentina was an upset.
Hazard.
The United States beating England
Mertens.
in England, the home hosting country, has got to be an insane upset.
Brilliant, crisp and clean tackle. Can they survive?
It's got to be.
Mertens. Well,
I mean, that's the way I see it.
attack.
And, I mean, Wales, who is no short of knowing what an upset looks like, beat
real
France
difficulty
1-0
keeping the ball.
in the group stage. Can they potentially knock out a third powerhouse in Belgium?
Vertonghen.
You know, so I'm not gonna count anyone out anymore.
Tielemans.
We've had two shockers in the quarterfinals.
Romelu Lukaku
And
now.
who will be in the final 6 of the semifinals on Monday,
Focusing on
and
the
who will be
hosts and their
taking
approach. What
it
should
all
we
home
expect?
Well, getting it.
They could nudge in front.
on Monday. I cannot wait to conclude the Men's World Cup and start the Women's. As well, I'll be talking about the
Ethan
Women's World
Ampadu.
Cup
Ramsey has it.
on Game 6 of 6, which would be Mexico versus Uruguay, and we can
And it's Connor Roberts.
and that'd be during the second half as well. Kind of have the recap of what actually happened in this episode.
Hazard. Still pushing for that goal that
Dries
would see
Mertens
them
to
forge
Kevin
ahead.
De Bruyne.
Lukaku. Now Hazard. And a
He's
timely
getting like
intervention.
stuffed like a sardine. My
Being
goodness.
pressed and pressed high. Using his strength to
See,
shield the
I know
ball.
we said the USA one. Let me scratch up England.
And they have possession again. Lukaku.
Denmark and
Hazard.
USA in the semifinals. That's interesting.
Ampadu.
Austria. Yep. There we go.
Throw-ins given.
Folks, up next we'll be seeing the 2016 World Cup champions. 2017 World Cup champions in action, the Netherlands,
And a poor ball.
as they'll be taking on Austria. And then we're going to see what is probably and arguably the game of this episode, which we'll see Spain taking on Portugal, and what should be a thriller.
Oh, surely.
And James scores a huge goal for Wales. It is 1-0 in the 24th minute of the game. And if Wales goes on to the semifinals, this is like the king of upsets. This is the upset episode that knocks out 3 insane powerhouses. I don't think anyone could have actually honestly said, yes, we knew this was going to happen.
Hazard.
Think about it. Denmark beat Argentina 2-0. The United States just knocked out the home hosting country England 1-0. And can Wales knock out Belgium with a 1-0 lead? Can you imagine? Can you imagine the shock? I wouldn't even know how to feel. I'd be amazed by just the wonder, you know.
Ramsey. Chris Mepham.
By the folks,
Ramsey
immediately
has it.
following, like 10 to 15 minutes after we finish the World Cup episode, we'll also be doing
Can they
MLB The
create
Show
something
21,
from
the
here?
World Series episode,
Not showing good patience.
to conclude that with. So I can't wait for that one.
Bale. Accurate pass upon accurate pass. Ethan Ampadu. And taken away by Alderweireld. Tielemans. And now Kevin De Bruyne. Meunier. There to take it away.
It's back and forth. I'm kind of enjoying it too. Said, you know, you've got to think
Mertens.
that this is kind of chewing at both of not only the players for Belgium, but also the coach. He's got to be shocked they're actually down. Then again, Belgium almost lost to Peru, so Belgium's been struggling in this World Cup. Truthfully, yes, they were they swept their group stage, almost lost to Russia, but they have. I mean, they barely, by like again the skin of their teeth, beat Peru.
Productive for them. And now here's Eden Hazard, Lukaku. And still looking for space. Excellent assessment of the situation.
I don't think that one's going to get through. I mean, there was like 4 different like Wales players sitting there in the goalkeeper's area. He was like, they were not going to let that one get through.
Hazard. Tielemans. And here's Hazard. De Bruyne.
They are really trying, and that was gonna be that one. And they hold to 2, which is shocking. The first half is over. Second half begins. Wales has a 1-0 lead going into the second half against Belgium, but Belgium is going to kick off the second half for us. What are they thinking right now? What was said in the half that's going to motivate Belgium? Because right now, this will be the 3rd upset that we can see going into this. I mean, Wales this is their greatest run that they've had in the World Cup. They've always kind of fell short in the group stage.
And they've got that in abundance.
So for them to be in the quarterfinals, let's be saying, who you got in this one, Bill? That's a tough one because I feel like Belgium has the chance to make a comeback here, but with the way that we've seen, you know, the USA beating England and Denmark beating Argentina, my pick is I feel like Wales is gonna keep their 1-0 lead, and I feel like they're gonna win this game. I feel like they're gonna knock out another powerhouse because it's happened twice already, and I think magic is gonna strike again.
Possession 1.
You know what they say? The things come in 3. And right now, I think this will be the 3rd upset we're going to see in this episode.
Well, he was in the right place to intercept.
I mean, you know, we've seen Denmark make all new strides with being. This is their first time going to the semifinals. The United States has been there before, so they're kind of prepared for that. And now, Wales also making their own personal accomplishment here of being so far in the World Cup, getting to the quarterfinals. This is like a massive record setter for them. Can you imagine them going to the semifinals and saying, "Yeah, we beat Belgium. Yes, this is the same team that also beat." Oh ho ho! That was very, very close. But can you imagine this also being the same team that goes, "Yeah, we also beat Belgium, and now we're into the semifinals."
And we're inside the final 30 minutes.
2 teams that have made history. One team that's made history already has been Denmark. Can Wales be on the same path to do that as well and provide us the 3rd straight upset in a row?
James. Moore.
Group stage shockers are bound to happen. They are. But as for when we get to that knockout stage, that eliminations and then 1 game area,
Bale.
it's put up or shut up. And right now, Wales is putting on so much heart. More of the shut-eye bounces, and it's goal number 2! Goal number 2! Wales 2-0 against Belgium. We've seen the hosting country for this year's World Cup get canned thanks to the United States. We've seen a powerhouse in Argentina get taken out thanks to Denmark, and we're looking at Wales making history for the first time to advance potentially to the semifinals by canning out Belgium. I mean, like I said, Belgium struggled with Peru. They barely survived Peru. That was the question going into this game. Did they fix the quirks and then the issue they had against Peru? And clearly, that's not the case here.
Lukaku. And it's with Denier. De Bruyne.
I mean, this is shocking. Yes, there's still plenty of time. Belgium has 22 minutes plus added time to try and tie this game up. They have plenty of time. But right now, you've got to believe in the hype. You've got to believe in the hope that Wales can see this through. You know, Wales beat Norway. By the way, Wales is the only team that's actually had to play penalty kicks. Their round of 24 was penalty kicks. And a wonderful save there by the goalkeeper. You know, they went through the full 120. They went through the penalty kick to beat Norway. By the way, 2 substitutions have been made by Wales. 2 substitutions have been made by Belgium. Both teams have 1 substitution left. But you've just got to be in awe at what you're seeing here. I mean, it's the heart, the magic right now.
Ramsey.
And you've got to think too. Wales has got to be exhausted after 120 minutes. Yesterday,
Ramsey has it.
Plus penalties to come back and have to face Belgium. That's not easy.
Carrasco. Now Lukaku.
So, and kudos to how good the defense has been for Wales too. They've really pushed out all the attacking, all the real threats that Belgium has given them.
Can they do something positive on the counter attack? Beautifully disguised ball.
Gareth Bale.
Bale's making headway. And it's there for him.
Oh, I mean, I see what they were trying to do, but ultimately it was squandered. Throw in here for Wales. Wales using their final substitution. Robinson and County are going to come in for more. Wales is out of substitution. They are trying their damnedest to keep this 2-0 lead. They're trying their damnedest to eliminate another powerhouse in Belgium and advance to the semifinals. They are really going all out right now. Carrasco, the shot, great save by Hennessy.
A time for calm on the ball.
And a goal kick for Wales. And Belgium making their final substitution as Trossard going to come in for Thorgan Hazard. It is all hands on deck for both these teams.
And 5 minutes to go.
And what has yet again been another shocker in this episode.
That is how to apply the pressure.
If you don't believe in miracles, I think after today you will.
Tackle, it'll be a throw. Roden. Ramsey has it. Using his physical strength to shield it. Bale has given it away.
As we've hit that extra added 2 minutes of time, okay.
2 minutes of stoppage time. De Bruyne. De Bruyne now.
And Trossard, a great save of the goalkeeper. Corner for Belgium.
Put in by De Bruyne. Now the keeper grabs it.
Great catch of the goalkeeper from the goalkeeper holder, and Wales shocks the world. They also will be continuing making history as their miracle run to the semifinals is here. They've done it. They've knocked out Belgium, Argentina, Belgium, the home hosting country, England, have all been knocked out. That's 3 massive powerhouses, 3 big favorites that are gone. I mean, it's just shocking to me. And next up, folks, we got Austria taking on the 2017 World Cup champions, the Netherlands. It's up next. I mean, it's This has been amazing. You know, truthfully for me, I feel like it really has. And hopefully for you guys too. Let's go back to Cardiff. If I can get through these stadios. There we go. So I was like, it's eventually got to, you know, got to get there.
Hello and a warm welcome to South Wales. It's always a pleasure to
There you
broadcast
go, folks.
from
Austria
the
in the
Cardiff
red.
City Stadium.
The 2017 World Cup champions, the Netherlands, in the black and orange.
And every reason to believe we're in for an
And
entertaining
we've had
match here.
3 upsets.
It's
Can Austria potentially
versus
pull
the
off
Netherlands.
another one?
Cheers, Derek.
And this is Austria. This, by the way, this is Austria's like the farthest they've gone is the quarterfinals too. They've typically been stuffed out the groups. I think one time they made it to the knockout stage and then still lost in the round of 24 or 16. So it'll be interesting to see what Austria's really got in the tank.
Marcel Zabitzer read it superbly to take back possession.
Next up, folks, will be the game that everyone's going to be talking about, Spain versus Portugal. And then after that, we'll have the final game of the quarterfinals, as we'll see Mexico taking on Uruguay. I mean, listen, we've got phenomenal games, man. Phenomenal.
Always difficult to predict in advance who might
Just gotta make
decide
sure I
a
write that
game.
down,
But
but
you could
Belgium
make a strong
lost
case
2-0.
for this man. Lee, what are you anticipating seeing from him?
Well, basically, you've got to keep him out the box because he's got such a brilliant finishing ability that you give him half a yard, he will score. So keep him as far away from your goal as possible.
I mean, truly, it just feels like it's honestly insane.
Jorginho Wijnaldum.
To see where everything has gone, it's
Knocking
insane
it around,
at this point.
looking to carve out a chance. Can they get in behind them? And still looking for space.
Got it right in who advanced over
Possession
here.
given away, unfortunately. And the emphasis is on creativity.
Right in Denmark.
Martin Hinteregger.
USA.
Stefan Ilsanker.
And Wales. Alright, so those are, and then the other 3 can go over there. Alright, perfect.
Weghorst. Looking for that final pass. Looking for the goal that would put them ahead. Depay. He just needs to stay level-headed now.
It's funny. It's a goal for the Netherlands. Jorginho Wijnaldum, who was so important and so crucial to their success in the 2017 World Cup when they won it, and he's been crucial to their campaign this year. Really came up huge for them in a lot of big spots. Comes up big, scores a much-needed goal to put the Netherlands up 1-0 in less than 20 minutes in this game. Good on them. Austria kicks it back off for us. Let's see how the hell they're going to respond.
And winning it back.
Well, they responded by losing possession.
De Jong.
I've kind of like set up everything so I know where's what, and
Now
to
with
see
Weghorst, successfully cut out.
where we're at the moment has been absolutely amazing.
Jorginho Wijnaldum. Now with De Jong. Depay.
Here goes Memphis Depay.
Wijnaldum now.
Well, man's already got 1 goal in this game.
Well, they keep passing away. Chance to finish. What a vital intervention. Oh, goalkeeper blunder.
Wijnaldum, goal number 2. Goal number 2 for the Netherlands. It's a brace for Wijnaldum. And listen, 27 minutes of the game, this guy has come up huge twice. The true captain of a team. And it was very unfortunate for Austria and that goalkeeper. It was a great defense, but it unfortunately got rebounded right back to Wijnaldum for him to take another shot on goal. And there's nothing that the goalkeeper truly could have done. It's just one of the things you kind of sit there. It's just a bad luck and it's just unfortunate But either way, in 30 minutes, Austria has given up 2 goals to the 2017 World Cup champions Netherlands. This is something that they did not really have in mind.
Stefan Ilsanker. Marcel Sabitzer.
To Grilsic.
It's with Ilsanker. Ulmer. Stefan Ilsanker.
Ilsanker, what a name. Like, if you look at the papers, man, there's just writing everywhere.
In the right place to cut out the pass.
Everywhere. That just goes to show you, I've had this paper for a while.
Stefan Ilsanker.
These 2 papers are messed up. Literally.
Moving into the advanced position.
He got a guy right there. He never passed it to him. Kalzic.
Baumgartner.
Should have passed it a long time ago.
A chance to whip it in. Florian Grilic. The ball with Sabitzer. It's with Ilsanker. Happy to pass the ball, but remaining patient. Andreas Ulmer. Well, he likes to run at them. Not problematic.
I see what they tried to do, but I don't think that was gonna. I don't think he had a shot at that. Even if I think he actually moved and in the wrong place. If he would have kept it where he was, besides moving to the left of the defender, he may have been able to get a real foot on that.
Won it back.
But when it's 2-0, I mean, Georgina Wijnaldum really carrying the Netherlands here. Much respect to him. So that guy's been so crucial in every World Cup run that they've had, and a team that's at least made it to the quarterfinals every year. Finals champions in 2017, quarterfinals and the one that we had in Mexico, and now they're back at the quarterfinals trying to make it to the semifinals. So you see that this team is constantly trying to improve, constantly trying to advance. And we have the Netherlands right now, with the way it's looking, if they beat Austria, they can hold this 2-0 lead. They've got to be the favorites to win this thing at this point. Depending on who wins in Spain and Portugal and Mexico and Europe, they've got to be the favorites now.
It's with Deron.
I mean, that's just my opinion. I could absolutely be wrong, but I mean, it's just shocking to see what we've seen in this World Cup. We've never seen this many upsets before.
And they'll get ready for the throw-in. Well, possibilities inside the box. Oh, showing excellent vision.
And the shot. Oh, I don't. What happened? Did the goalkeeper get a hand on it? Oh, I didn't get a replay.
2 goals down. You've got to take chances.
They're saying he missed it, but that may have been. It looked like that would have been an easy shot on goal.
Martin de Roon. Frankie de Jong. Well, a joy to watch.
Departs it to de Roon.
Almost waiting for the opposition to make a mistake.
How's it going? Hey, what is up, WGP man? How are you, man? I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. I'm watching some shocking.
Yeah,
this has been shocking.
Weghorst. Plenty of forward momentum here, but can they produce?
I'm good. Hey, that's good, man. That's good. I like to hear it, man. No, that's always a good thing to hear. Right now, I'm kind of like I've been doing my streams really early in the morning because of the hurricane this week. And I don't know if I'll ever be losing power or how bad it's going to affect me. So I'm trying to do everything early morning. That way, you guys have content. Yes, it does take a hit on my views, but I'd rather at least make sure you guys have content and stuff that way you guys don't have to potentially wait a week or two for me to drop something new. Because I live right next to like a wildlife area, so it's it's not as like the stuff here isn't as good because it can affect the animals or the environment or whatever they said it was. So, you know, a
Marcel
hurricane is like
Sabitzer.
not what I planned for.
Grilic now.
Like, if you were to see it right now, it is so dark
It's with
outside. It looks
Ilsanka.
as if it's nighttime. That looks like it's gonna rain all day. But like,
Breathing a sigh
it's
of
kind of
relief.
scary,
Ball
truthfully.
Counter-attacking, very much an option.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to get everything done
End
with
product or not.
early.
Martin de Roon. And threading it forward.
Let's see. You see how they're really trying to go for goal number 3.
Weghorst.
When all of them's got all the goals for the Netherlands so far, Wecker should have passed it the longest time ago.
Wijnaldum.
Austria gets position back. They have 19 minutes plus added time to try to score, to try to tie this game up.
It's with Ilsanka.
We've seen it done before, but can Austria keep on fighting through?
Martin Hinteregger. On to Leiner. Stefan Leiner. And they continue to advance. And a lot of options here. And he read it superbly. Really closing him down.
The Netherlands have been looking really, really strong, and in all respect to what they've been able to do so far. I mean, they've really, really taken it to Austria.
De Ligt. It's with De Roon.
I thought he said delete, and I was like, what? I was like, it was like delete. And I was like, oh, okay, that's like.
Stefan
I
Ilsanka.
forgot. I was so like my eyes were flooding from. I was like, huh?
Protecting it effectively.
What a
And he might
name!
be in here.
Yeah, I was like, that's pretty cool.
It looks promising. Using all his defensive acumen to cut it out.
There's Netherlands once again with possession after they stopped the Austrian attack.
Jorginho Wijnaldum. Weghorst. Tremendous intuition to win it back.
Next up, folks, will be definitely, I think, the game that everyone's going to be talking about. Spain and Portugal, the defending World Cup champions of 2018. Spain will take on Portugal. I think it'll be a great one. I think a fun one, too, to watch and witness.
Grilic now. It's opening up for them. He's got the
Also
right
trying
idea
really
with
hard
that
to like
pass.
get something going. They've got to try to score quickly too. They've also got to forget when they score a goal, they've got to try to intercept them really quickly, try to force a quick attack back to back, which is going to be harder said than done, but still
Stefan
possible.
Ilsanka. The ball with Sabitzer. Superb defensive judgment to end the attack.
Where was that
both
going?
teams have had substitutes swarming up.
Double substitution while thrown for Austria's. Austria going to sub out
benches.
Ilsanka for Schlager. And for Netherlands, Van de Beek's going to come in for De Roon.
Marcel Sabitzer. Well, it didn't happen for them in attack.
And and they're giving up a penalty.
Dangerous free kick.
No, that's a free kick. Well, either way, this is going to end it, so. Here goes Julmer.
Good effort here.
And it's a goal. At least they scored a goal. Good job, David Alaba. Good job. They go out. Netherlands is going to beat Austria 2-1 to advance to the semifinals, farther than they got last year. Can the Netherlands become the first ever two-time World Cup champions? They did it in 2017. They didn't do it in 2018. But can they do it in 2021 to be the first two-time World Cup champions for us? And right now, you've got to think and you've got to believe that they are the favorites moving forward. At least one of them. Next up, folks, is going to be Spain versus Portugal. Let's get it going. The powerhouse game. Here it comes. Where is Portugal? Come on, Portugal. Where you at? Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. Wow, it's a huge stadium. Where's Cardiff? There we go. Boom.
What a game we have in store for you today. The hype has been building all
It definitely is, I agree.
Pouring into the stadium, the tension palpable.
Spain, Portugal, Spain in the red, Portugal in the white. The heavy hitter Canada 2018 defending World Cup champions advance to the semifinals.
My name is Derek Ray.
Or will we be looking at it and get a guaranteed new champ?
And without doubt, a match with
the reason why I keep calling Spain the defending World Cup champions, the last time we had a World Cup was in 2018, so they're the rightful defending champs of that title.
Looking forward to this game. Players will be a bit nervous. I was always nervous at the start of games. It's important you get your first pass off to your colleague, maybe get a good tackle in, settle the nerves down. Looking forward to a good game here.
Which means that Austria's going to be
moving the ball nicely, looking for that final pass.
Austria had a heck of a run in this year's World Cup, so much respect to them. Denmark, USA. Hey, you should do a Fight Night Champions Universal. Well, I don't have champions. I have round 4, or was it round 4? Yeah, I've got round 4. I didn't know which one to get at that time. I couldn't tell. I thought round 4 was before or was after champions, but I guess I was wrong. I was thinking about it. It would be a little bit harder because I can't live stream that because my computer's the computers are awful. I definitely need a new computer too. Yeah, there's a lot of things I need new, but I was thinking about it. I was
Ruben Diaz.
It's definitely been on my mind. I'm thinking it's finding time for it too.
And this is Diogo Jota now.
Do you have an Xbox? I do have. I have the PS5.
Well, a top-notch piece of defensive.
I thought about switching to Xbox when the Xbox, I forgot, is it XXS1? I don't remember. We got so many like acronyms for that thing. When that first came out, I was like, maybe. But I wasn't too sure, and I stuck with PlayStation. Like, there's so many things that I've like put into like my accounts here. I was like, let me just keep playing PlayStation.
Morata in possession, giving the ball away. And now passing it through. Bruno Fernandes.
Let's say, let's say if you have the play on this, you can get it. Oh, yeah, I don't have. Well, what is it? I thought they were saying that they were going to bring back an old series, and they teased NBA Street, which they're not doing. I can tell that right now, they're definitely not doing that. And then I've got to think it has to be Fight Night. That or Def Jam.
Morata. Koke. High quality defending.
I would really like to see Def Jam. Def Jam is fun. Like that right there. That I could have a blast with.
Cristiano Ronaldo. Promising attack this.
Yeah, definitely.
Bruno Fernandes. It's with Danilo Pereira.
Here's I'm looking at this. Let's see. I did not write something down. I did not write something down. Apologies. Make sure I remember that.
Chance to play it in.
You got one in this one. This is tough, as I said, because Spain is our 2018 defending World Cup champions. But my biggest concern with Spain, especially in 2018, was the fact that they don't get younger. They get older.
Well, they must
and I've always wondered, how are they going to fare with teams like England, teams like Portugal, teams like Belgium. Now with half those teams gone, And really, their real competition is going to be the Netherlands and Mexico, I feel. And I'm not counting out Denmark, the USA, or Wales, but let's be real here. Those three wins, in my opinion, were flukes. You know, that was a miracle. So,
intercepting it intelligently.
I don't know. I really don't. I feel that this should be Portugal's game. But if they're going to win this, Ronaldo really has to go off.
And back with Bruno Fernandes.
And if Ronaldo does not excel and strike with like hellfire and fury, I don't think Portugal is going to win this game. So this right here is truly a coin toss. It's really hard. It's hard to say for me personally. I think Spain can do it. Like I'm gonna pick Spain, but they're in for a rude awakening.
Okay with it. Poor attempt at a
By the way,
pass, really.
also we will be doing our MLB The Show 21 episode today, like 10 to 15 minutes right after our FIFA World Cup episode, because that'll be the end of that series, because we'll be finishing up that spring series that's sprinkled onto our summer one. And I do want to apologize about doing all these streams super duper early. It truly was not my intention. It's just the fact that I
switched around and are ready now for the second half.
You know, with the hurricane being near me and be coming up here, I don't know how long, if my power is ever going to go out or whatever the case may be. So it's put me in a very bad spot to where I either don't have anything to give you guys, or I wake up and do it super early, and I chose to do it super early. I always wish that they actually had a universe mode to the UFC game. Yeah, I thought that'd be fun, but like I said, I mean, I've been able to keep updating the records and the roster. Like, I truly would like a boxing universe mode. I feel like that could be our fall series. That really could be, because once summertime is up, typically we have a seasonal series. For spring we normally do, and for summer it's always been FIFA. Because once the spring and summer series ends, it'll be NBA 2K21, Dead by Daylight, and something like WWE related. So, you know, those are our three things that we do, and then it kind of leaves us with 4 days of nothing. So we typically try to have a fourth series in there to kind of at least, you know, build off of something. And
pass after pass, keeping their opponents moving. Laporte.
That is what it is. But I'm definitely looking for more options, and the new Battlefield comes out in October. I might do something with that. I've kind of wanted to stream not only what I do
Garcia
on my off day, like, you know, like not only like when I'm actually playing this game, and I'm actually like, I play a lot of games, pretty much, and I'm thinking about doing what I do and just live streaming everything I do with you guys. I think it would just be fun. Yeah, I think that would be the really cool, fun thing. Yeah, I play a lot of games a lot. Like, I play For Honor, I play Siege, I play Elder Scrolls, and I think I might spend some time when I'm, you know, just chilling and vibing to just let you guys see what games I play and stuff. I might do that. I'm probably not going to open up a Twitch. What is up, Mustafa? How are you? Welcome. Here goes Silva. This is like the only chances Portugal may get. They've really got to hang on to possession for dear life.
Bruno Fernandes.
So you've got two powerhouses here going back and forth.
Danilo Pereira moving into the advanced position. Bernardo Silva onto Ronaldo.
The great Cristiano Ronaldo.
Must take the lead here. Well, what an
A big mistake was made too on my. No, it was great defending by Spain. Thanks, Doc. No problem, Mustafa. And I tried doing what you do on UFC to keep track of the fighter records, but it seems to be less. It definitely is. It definitely is. I definitely spent a good 30 minutes to about 45 to update everything, and that's why I update everything in real time while I'm live with you guys. You guys can see what I'm doing. And good, yeah, that's good, Mustafa. I'm glad you're doing good. Man, it's always a good thing to hear. Right now I'm trying to survive this hurricane. Literally, like I wanted to play Pokemon Go today, and then because I typically what I do, I wake up pretty early every morning. And I play Pokemon Go, which I go out and I walk around for about, a mile or two, and that's that. Today, that was not the case. It was so dark out there, I was like...
Cheers, Jeff. And the referee blows for a foul.
From Iraq, wow.
Well, they've been getting the substitute ready, and now
I feel like the coolest thing that I love doing about YouTube and stuff is I'm able to, talk to anyone from around the world, and I've always loved that. So it's cool to see that you're from Iraq too. So I mean, we're expanding, people. We are expanding.
Moving the ball nicely, looking for that final.
Here goes Fernandez. Oh, it's so close, so close. It's got to be heartbreaking for Portugal. They were this close to being able to get that goal that was going to give them that 1-0 lead. The corner here for Portugal. Can they make something? It's a goal, and Portugal, with a huge goal, Ruben is going to be the man of the hour right now. If that is the goal, it's going to give Portugal the lead and send the 2018 defending World Cup champion Spain home. Let's check this out one more time. That's a beautiful cross, comes right here. He's able to outdo the defender. I don't know what number 24 was looking at. He was confused. And the goalkeeper had a late reaction to it, and that's why that goal went in there. Ruben Diaz might be sending another powerhouse home and the defending 2018 World Cup champions out of here. But there's still 8 minutes plus out of time. Anything can happen. Can Spain do this? That was an amazing goal. I've got to admit, Mustafa and Haddock, that was really a well-timed goal. I mean, we've seen some shocking upsets here. I mean, take a look at this, by the way. Denmark beats Argentina 2-0. The United States beats England. By the way, England is hosting the Men's and Women's World Cup this year. So, they beat England 1-0. By the way, Neves is going to come in for Pereira. That's a substitution made by Portugal. And Wales beat Belgium 2-0.
The ball with Rodri.
The three powerhouses here are gone.
Inside the final 5 minutes.
And folks, we started our quarterfinals with 12 teams. On Monday, we're going to be going through the semifinals. The top 3 teams will be going on to the potential sudden death round, by the way. And what we do is, because we have an odd number of teams, the team with the best goal differential from their semifinals game will go on to the finals, while the other 2 go on to the sudden death round. That way we get a final 2 teams for the finals, and those 2 teams will have rightfully earned it. But with less than a minute left, can Spain score a last-second goal to potentially put us to extra time?
Morata. Ferran Torres. Chances on.
That is heartbreaking that they called that an offside. Very heartbreaking for Spain, as Portugal is going to advance for the first time ever. For the first time ever, they're advancing to the semifinals. Congrats to Portugal, man. You know this team has got to be really excited. They finally made some type of history. They knocked out one of the World Cup champions. But you got to think Portugal and the Netherlands have to look like the heavy hitters right now, considering the fact Denmark, USA, and Wales are also going to the semifinals. So this has been the most interesting, the most weird World Cup we have ever had. Ladies and gentlemen, the last game we got for is going to be Mexico taking on Uruguay, and this game is up next. Remember, next Monday we'll have the finals for the Men's World Cup, and then on Tuesday that same week we will be starting the Women's World Cup. 16 teams will go at it to become the inaugural Women's World Cup champions. Can't wait for that. I kind of wanted Spain to score so we could have the opportunity to see it go to the penalty kicks. We've only had one penalty kick game, and that was Norway and Wales. And what has truly we've had such amazing games. I've been really blown away by just how well this World Cup has been. I'm pretty Mexico. Mexico's been on a tear. They really have showed after their draw with Canada and Finland, and when they smoked Brazil, they absolutely thrashed Chile 4-1. I personally think this is the Mexico that we should have seen for the longest of time, and I feel like they're here. They're letting everyone know that they're here, and I feel like if they beat Uruguay, you've got to keep your eye on them. They're going to go on semifinals, and they've been causing a terror since they beat Brazil. So you've got to keep your eye on this team. Also, don't sleep on Uruguay. Uruguay happened to beat Ireland well, actually, they barely beat Ireland 1-0. I remember that game. So, Uruguay not coming off of the best performance, that they still barely managed to scrape by to the quarterfinals. So
Moreno in possession.
That'll be interesting. I feel bad for them. They got cheated out of that game with Sweden. That game was very controversial. I feel that the officiating was not the best. I think I was very vocal about that too. I was not too thrilled with the result. I'm not going to take anything away from Sweden. They played their hearts out in that game, but I don't think that the right calls were made. I felt that game should have been a tie, and it should have been that game was interesting. Put it that way. I was not thrilled by what we saw out there. And I'm not knocking the officials. Sometimes those things do happen. It's just in the level and the magnitude of what these teams are playing for. It's inexcusable. Let's see what Uruguay's got here, because like I said, they did not perform too well their last game out, so they definitely are looking to redeem themselves.
A really single-minded piece of defending to make sure nothing untoward happened. Lozano. Rodriguez
now to Herrera. So it's something going, and they just completely kind of outplaced that one.
He was able to make that interception.
I thought Aguero was going to be easily able to get that, but I guess not. Oh, hey. I tell you, waking up early is like insane. Oof.
Rodriguez. Jesus Gallardo.
Gallardo, what a name. I said, this is Rodriguez. Game. You are the person that made me want to get UFC with the Universal Smoke. Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that. It's fun because it's unpredictable, and that's what I love about doing the simulation-based games, because I can't predict what's going to happen. So for me, it's as much of a shocker commentating on it and being able to bring it to life a little bit. I love the UFC. I'm a big mixed martial arts fan, and the stories that are told with those fights, it's amazing to see the success that we've seen of Conor McGregor in that 3-division champion, 21st person to the 20+ win club, followed by Aljamain Sterling, who's next. The success that Alex King has had with being a flyweight champion, he dominated that division for a very long time. Came up to the bantamweights, beat Jose Aldo, beat Jim Rivera, and then beat Aljamain Sterling for the belt twice. So he beat him and then defended the belt successfully. So to see the success that Alex King has been amazing. The success of Milo Wineland, who came in and break through in UFC 3 and had some great fights, didn't have the best record, came into UFC 4, champion for a super long time, beat Shevchenko, beat Calderwood. The other person she's really strong. Her rival is Caitlin Kukagian, but besides that, it's been absolutely amazing. I really do love doing it. Which, by the way, speaking about UFC will be on Wednesday, which is tomorrow. So I will see you guys for that on Wednesday, Fight Night 36, I think we're on. So I'm really pumped up for that. Woohoo.
Well, they keep working away.
Where is that heading? By the way, folks, today is a double stream day, the last one of this week, as we'll be concluding the MLB The Show 21 series. It's about time, put it that way. As we will crown a World Series champion. Heard it there. What is Ricardo doing? I mean, right now he's not really done much with football there. I think it's because we've had so many intense games. You know, we are destined to have a little bit of a slow one. I think we're finally hit that slow period between. It's gonna be this game. It looks like. You know, it's when Bruce Buffer beats. I cannot believe that happens. I cannot. I kid you not. When that happened, I was like, I don't know if I should retire Vitor Belfort or if I should make Bruce Buffer a fighter, because like he's 2-0, by the way. He beat Dana White, and he's also beaten Vitor Belfort. So I'm not sure. You know, maybe we'll throw in Bruce Buffer because like he's 2-0. No, what if he goes undefeated? We might have to throw him in there. That is a possibility. This is Mexico on the attack. They've got a few seconds left. I want to say that the officials during the first half really don't care about what you're doing. So, yeah, pretty much, pretty much so. Well, we're tied 0-0 in a game. Like I said, it's been slow. Put it that way.
So they get the ball rolling in the second half. Even
but actually, before we
to choose between the sides.
So I did want to talk to you guys about the Women's World Cup tournament. So I get the papers out for that. What is this? Oh, one of these got to be. Oh, that's for school. That's for college. I'm trying to look at that right now. So I have the papers right here for the Women's World Cup.
Happy to pass the ball, but remaining patient.
Really excited for this. But before I do that, let me actually make sure I didn't update anything, didn't I? Maybe Spain lost, Portugal won, 1-0. Dude, we've had some like really nail-biting games. Here goes our no. And then it was Portugal.
Herrera. Rodriguez.
To make sure I update this. Look at this, Corona trying his best. Whoa! Hey! What the hell was that?
No let up, plenty of pressure.
And this crowd, damn well, as much as I do know, that should be a penalty.
I must say, this looks promising.
No, Cole, not even a warning. Like, are you kidding me? That should have been a penalty awarded to Mexico. That should have been a yellow for that defender. Dang, ref's blind. Apparently so, because it's inexcusable. I'm telling you, it is inexcusable when they do that. So 1, 2, 3, they belong there. Spain is eliminated. Portugal's there.
They're keeping their opponents moving and guessing.
4, 5. Yep, that is accurate. Accurate enough. All right, that's good. Yep, perfect. All right, sorry about that. So before we even go on to the Women's World Cup conversation, I'm going to recap the rest of the games that I've talked about them quite a bit. Denmark in a shocker defeated Argentina 2-0 to advance to the semifinals. The United States defeated England, the home hosting country for this year's World Cup, 1-0. So they've advanced as well to the semifinals. Wales shocked Belgium with a 2-0 victory to also advance. Austria lost to the 2017 World Cup champions, the Netherlands, 2-1. So the Netherlands advanced. Portugal, for the first time ever, has advanced to the semifinals and defeating they were the defending 2018 World Cup champions, Spain. 1-0 to advance now. This game will be the last spot that's open. Cannot wait for that. So going on to the Women's World Cup. 16 teams, 4 groups, 8 games, and then the first 3 episodes. So in Group A, we've got the hosting country once again, which will be England. So the England's women's national team will be the host, and they're going to be in Group A, as they've also are going to be taking on Australia, kind of similar to how the men's did in this World Cup for the men's. They're also going to have Mexico and Sweden in their group. In Group B, this is the ultimate group of death. And Corona with a huge goal! With a huge goal, Mexico breaks the complete no game draw here. Corona hit with a huge goal. It is 1-0 Mexico in the 71st minute of the game. That is exactly what Mexico was looking for. A huge goal for them in the 71st minute. How will Uruguay respond? I hate when there is a perfect opportunity for them to cross, but they just dribble themselves into the corner. Yeah, I've never understood that. I never have. But Guardiola's going to be substituted in for Rodriguez. That's a substitution made by Mexico. I've never seen an AI cross. I've never seen an AI cross like that. Yeah, I've seen them cross it a few times. It's just very rare when they do, truthfully. But I was saying, in for the Women's World Cup, in Group B, the group of death, Team USA's women's team, Brazil, Germany, and the Netherlands, they'll be all going at it in an insane group that's going to be in. And then in Group C, we're going to see China, Canada, Japan, and Scotland. Then in Group D, we'll see New Zealand, France, Norway, and Spain. After that, we'll be heading straight into the quarterfinals, and the semifinals, and the finals. So, yeah, the Women's World Cup, I think, is going to be absolutely fun. So I can't wait for it. Here goes Aguero to Dialves. We're in for a tie. We're tied, folks. It's 1-1 in the 70th minute of the game. Dialves comes up clutch for Uruguay. That's the team captain doing captain things, trying to make sure that Uruguay advances to the semifinals.
Well, here we see it again, and it's all about the
back-to-back goals, one for each team.
Movement, and the thunderous strike to beat the keeper hands down is absolutely brilliant.
This game truly looks like we might be going on to extra time. You know, I'm super excited for this. I'm pretty sure EA lost the license to the Argentinian national team. I hope not.
Not a successful intervention.
I hope not. So I don't know if they'll be in the next FIFA. Well, if they lose the rights to it, that means we'll have an even 48. So I want to do like the eliminator game, because Bolivia wasn't in this one because they lost to Bulgaria in that eliminator game, and yeah, at least that I want to eliminate someone before it truly starts. So this has been it's been a solid game. It's been more of a technical game, and technical games are typically quiet games. That's why I've always kind of like looked at them. It's Messi's team. True, but I mean,
all even, but will it stay that way?
Unfortunately, it's one of those things where I sit there and I go, yeah, but it is what it is. You know, I know they've lost some licenses to Pez, but unfortunately, things like that happen. And Diallo, a huge goal, a last-second goal, literally a last-second goal. Diallo, the captain, with the brace to single-handedly carry his team to the semifinals. Uruguay, for the first time ever, is semi-finals bound. And this crowd, you get the streamers, get the fireworks, get it all ready. The semi-finals is here, and it is calling on for Uruguay.
So composed, waiting for the right moment, and the relaxed way he strikes.
As heartbreaking as it is for Havoc, they have shocked the world. You want to talk about scoring in dramatic fashion? Luis Roberto Dialves defines it right there with a goal in the 90th minute. And Mexico will be saying goodbye in this year's World Cup tournament.
And that is that. The referee
so, folks, when we come back on Monday, we'll be doing the semifinals, the sudden death round, and the finals for the World Cup. We'll be crowning a World Cup champion. Ladies and gentlemen, Denmark, USA, Wales, Netherlands, Portugal, and Uruguay will all see you there next week for some FIFA action, and in 10 to 15 minutes, we're going to have MLB The Show, the World Series. We're going to be capping off our spring series with some baseball. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to BVTV, and we will see you next time, everybody. Stay off the hook.